Hi, I'm Jeremy Pollack, and you're about to watch a lesson in self-defense. Remember, our goal in this world is not to create more violence and aggression, but rather to try to create more peace and harmony whenever we can. So we're going to use these techniques only as a last resort in the preservation and defense of innocent life. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so today we're going to go over the bear hug, the rear bear hug. We're going to go two different versions, under the arms and also over the arms. This is really common attack against women, actually, but it can be attack against men as well. So typically when someone bear hugs someone, a lot of times what they're going to try to do right away is pick them up so that they can get them off their feet and do something with them, especially if it's a woman, right? So the one thing that we always need to do when being grabbed, no matter what kind of grab, whether he grabs me from behind, whether go ahead and grab, if he grabs me from behind, if he grabs me from the front, if he just whatever, or if he even just grabs my arm. So anytime he grabs me at all, no matter how he grabs me, my first thing is going to be to sink my weight. Okay, get my center of gravity down, get my center down so I can be balanced. So the first thing is when he grabs me, the first thing again, number one, get my center of gravity down. I've got to drop my weight. As I drop my weight, my hands are going to come to his hands. Okay? So two things again, drop the weight, hands on his hands. Drop the weight, hands on his hands. He comes up to me. I just need to practice this, just out of surprise. Drop the weight, hands on his hands. Just automatic, get it in my brain, automatic. Once my hands are on his hands, I'm going to start to push down, try to get some leverage here. This hand, over here, my left hand, I like to use my left hand because my right's a little stronger so I can grip this wrist. You can go either side though. But this hand, especially if his hand's on top, this is even more perfect. This hand's going to come over and wrap underneath. If I can't get it because he's too tight, I'm going to start using elbows, headbutts, stomping the foot, anything to loosen this up so I can get to this lock. This hand's coming over and locking. Again, it's my Kimura lock or it's my rear arm lock, okay? Getting a nice tight arm lock here. All I got to do now is step out and I get into my arm lock. Okay, from here, all I'm going to do is I can just yank down. I can just push his wrist to his head, yank him down this way and flatten him out, okay? Getting him into a control position. My goal in any of these situations is to get to a control position. Okay, so I'm going to get him off his feet and into a control position or an arrest position. Okay, so when he does this over, I'm going to sink. This comes over. If I can't, I'm going to start elbows, knees, everything I can do to loosen this up just a little bit. Coming underneath, grabbing my wrist, nice tight lock, and then I'm just going to yank out over to here, get my rear arm lock. From here, I can use my knees to his head, but what I want to do is I want to flatten him out, yank him down, flatten him out. I get him down on the ground into a control position. Okay, so that's my underarm bear hug. Okay, so now let's work on the overarm bear hug. Okay, so he's here, I'm here, he goes over the arms. Okay, again, what's number one? Gotta sink. This time, instead of coming to here, okay, there are moves from here if I want to grab this way and start to yank here, but just to break this right off the back, I'm just going to punch out both arms as much as I can just to get this loose, okay? So what's going to happen is at the same time as I drop, I'm going to punch. Now I got this loose. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to get my hands inside to protect against the choke, and when I come to here, I'm going to turn, face, and just push both hands on this chin and rip his chin back this way. If I want to be really mean, I can use my claws into his eyes, okay, or into his cheekbones, and just start to drive forward, okay? What I want to do is get his head behind his tailbone. If his head goes behind his tailbone, he falls. If he runs backwards with me, eventually I'll run into something, probably either trip him or just run him into the wall. Okay, I teach this a lot to women's self-defense because this is actually a very effective technique for women. It doesn't take a lot of strength, and it certainly doesn't take a lot of technique for anybody just learning self-defense. So all you got to do is, boom, punch out, hands inside, turn, and push as hard as you can and drive. Okay, I'm not doing, be real easy with my partner here today, but just push and drive backwards. Okay, if you want, use your claws. All right, so one more time with both of them. So he's going to go either one, boom, here, turning, push. Okay, number two, underneath. Boom, 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 boom. Getting some leverage here so I can get a little bit of that space in between so I can get that arm lock, and then coming out, ripping out, and just ripping down, trying to get him to the ground. Okay, so that's our defense against our bear hug, under the arm and over the arm. Stay tuned for more open hand self-defense and weapon self-defense.
Okay, we're done.